Section. In an actual test, you will answer 35 to 45 questions to demonstrate how well you understand spoken English. There are 3 types of tasks. You will not be able to return to previous questions.
Listening section. In the listening section, you will answer 35 to 45 questions to demonstrate how well you understand spoken English. There are 3 types of tasks. You will not be able to return to previous questions. Module 1. The clock will show you how much time you have to complete each question. You can use next to move to the next question. The first task is listen and choose a response. In this task, you will listen to a sentence or question. You will then read 4 sentences and choose the option that is the best response.
Can I return this textbook for a refund?
Why did you upgrade your train ticket?
Where can I get a new student ID?
Does the health center require appointments?
What syrup flavors do you have for coffee?
Who's leading the tour of the exhibit?
Haven't you volunteered at the library before?
How many chairs do we need around each table?
Listen to a conversation.
This is so frustrating. My laptop won't log on to the university's Wi-Fi. I keep getting an error message.
Maybe you've typed in the wrong password. You're using TigerNet, all caps, for the password, right?
Yes, that's exactly what I used, and I've connected to this network many times before.
Try turning off your Wi-Fi and turning it back on. Sometimes that helps.
Okay. Oh, it's working now. Why didn't I think of that? Thanks a lot.
Listen to an announcement on a campus radio station.
Finals are almost here, so here are 3 tips to help you make the most of your time. First, create a daily schedule and stick to it so you don't get behind. Second, divide large tasks into smaller steps to make them more manageable. Finally, be sure to take short breaks, as this will help to recharge and focus. We're sure you'll do a great job, everyone.
Listen to an announcement in a media class.
Now, let's discuss the upcoming Media Analysis Group project. Each group must select a single television episode, deconstruct its visual and narrative strategies, and present a cohesive 20-minute multimedia report. The report should integrate the topics we've been discussing in class, like scene analysis and audience engagement. The presentations will occur in the week commencing November 6th, and digital copies of all supporting materials must be submitted beforehand.
Listen to a talk in a geology class.
Today we'll be looking at pyrite, more commonly referred to as fool's gold. The nickname comes from the mineral's bright surface and brassy yellow color, which can easily mislead inexperienced prospectors into mistaking it for real gold. Chemically, pyrite is composed of iron and sulfur, making it part of the iron sulfide group of compounds, and it's one of the most widespread minerals on Earth. Miners often encounter it alongside other valuable ores, which partly explains its notoriety. Although it is not a precious metal, pyrite has several important applications. Historically, it was used for its ability to burn, as it produces sparks when struck. It has been found in prehistoric burial mounds, suggesting that it was used as a way of producing fire, and early firearms also took advantage of its ignition properties. More significantly, pyrite has long been a primary source of sulfur and sulfuric acid, both of which are crucial in industrial processes ranging from fertilizer production to paper manufacturing. Additionally, it is sometimes studied by geologists as an indicator mineral, helping them locate deposits of gold or other resources. For these reasons, we can think of pyrite not as a worthless imitation, but as a mineral with substantial value itself. So what are the environmental and geological conditions that lead to pyrite's formation? Let's take a look at them now. Could I get a few more days for the paper?
Does this ATM charge a fee?
Why did the theater open a matinee performance?
Listen to a conversation.
My Sociology of Technology paper came back this morning, but I just don't get the feedback.
What did the professor write?
Well, it says, lacks critical engagement with core concepts.
That usually means that you didn't analyze the key theories deeply enough.
I thought I did, but maybe I missed something.
Could be. You should go to the professor's office hours for clarification.
Good idea. Maybe he'll let me revise it and turn in an updated draft.
Possibly, but don't hold your breath.
Listen to a conversation.
Are you heading to the basketball game tonight?
I was planning to, but I'm stuck doing laundry.
On a Friday? Can't it wait?
Not really. I've been trying all day, but 2 of the washing machines are out of order. It's been a nightmare.
You should let maintenance know.
They're already on it. Apparently the necessary parts have been ordered but aren't here yet.
That's annoying. Well, the machines in my dorm are fully operational. You could use those.
That might be my best bet. I'll grab a load now.
Listen to a talk in a psychology class.
When you put on a watch or bracelet, you may notice its weight at first. However, after a few minutes, you stop noticing it. This is an example of a process called habituation, which is when repeated exposure to a stimulus leads to a decrease in response. Habituation is an adaptive mechanism. Our nervous system prioritizes novel or changing stimuli because these may signal important changes in our environment. Repeated, unchanging stimuli become less relevant, and our brain begins to ignore them in order to conserve cognitive resources. Research suggests that habituation can occur with various sensory input. For instance, in the auditory system, certain neurons decrease their firing rate when the same sound is presented repeatedly. Over time, the perception of the sound fades into the background. Please note that habituation is not the same as sensory adaptation, which is a physiological change in the sensory receptors themselves, before the brain even gets a signal. Habituation involves the brain's processing and attention. Without habituation, we would be overwhelmed by constant unimportant sensory input, unable to focus on what truly matters.
Listen to a talk in an anthropology class.
Picture yourself in a Samoan village, where the otherwise tranquil air is pierced by a persistent tap, tap, tap. This is not percussion in the musical sense, but the deliberate sound of bone chisels striking human skin, a rhythm that accompanies the creation of the tatau. The tatau, the word from which we get tattoo in English, is more than just a superficial decoration. In Samoan culture, it often functions as a rite of passage, traditionally marking the transformation into adulthood. The designs stretch from the waist to the knees, inscribed through painstaking sessions that often last over a week. To bear the pain without retreat is to prove one's courage and the ability to face life's challenges. By contrast, abandoning the process historically carried shame and the stigma of weakness. Geometric designs such as triangles, lines, and wave patterns appear throughout the tatau. They are used to tell personal stories and reflect the individual's heritage, identity, and personal achievements. The markings also provide a sense of connection to the community and one's ancestors. It's no wonder that Samoans held onto the traditions of the tatau despite outside pressures from Christian missionaries and others. In short, the tatau endures as not only an artistic inscription, but also an expression of individuality and social unity, one that is an essential part of the Samoan way of life.